So my name is Zachary Finney. I am the bar manager and beverage director for Pinballs out here in Austin. We've got 3 different locations: North Austin, South Austin, and in downtown. I really want joined Craft Clash because I really wanted to represent the city of Austin in a very Houston-centric competition, and I love what that brings. And me personally, I love craft. It's been pretty much my whole background up until this point. I love getting to come up with cocktails and getting to tell stories, and I love the artistic elements of bartending. Bartending has become like intrinsically an art of its own, much like culinary on the food side, and so I love getting to tell stories and getting to tell like how I view the world through the lens of a cocktail, whereas other people get to do it through like art, their food, or music, anything along those lines. So Craft Clash is a perfect platform for me to really like push that out into the world. So I've done a few craft cocktail competitions in the past. My most notable one being Diageo World Class 2023. I was named one of the top 100 bartenders. One of my favorite accomplishments in the world, not just getting to boast about it, but the networking and the opportunities that opened up for me just by saying, hey, I'm talented enough to get to stand toe-to-toe with some of the best the country has to offer. I've done a couple of other local competitions. Fierce Whiskers in 2023, I made finals, and I've gotten to compete in some other online competitions, and it's just been a lot of fun. Even if I don't win them, or even if I don't accomplish what I want to, it's just a great way to meet other like-minded bartenders who share the same vision as I do as far as like bartending as an art form. So as from like a bar manager or beverage director, like purely operational standpoint, I think it's great to participate in this stuff. Like I could go into like the networking opportunities, I could talk about the brands, I could talk about how you can convince them to come out and support you from a top line perspective, but even beyond that, just like a personal life aspect, I think it's great to kind of like break things up by engaging in what made you want to go bartending in the first place, what made you want to engage in the service industry. I know I can't speak for every bar manager out there, but for me, a solid 60-70% of my job is getting stuck in the office filling out paperwork, filling out waste logs, loss sheets, P&L reports, weekly reports, anything along those lines. And so just getting to go out there and just getting to participate in what made you fall in love with the industry to begin with. Because sometimes when you try to enact that behind the bar on a busy Friday night, the bartenders want to kick you out. I'm always constantly learning. I call it like examples and non-examples. And so getting to cooperate and collaborate with other industry leaders, not just through like speed rails or Craft Clash, but just in other personal projects, whether it's through pinballs or just things that I want to do on my own. It's like, oh, I get to, you pick up on certain bar techniques, you pick up on certain marketing techniques, you pick up on even just going all the way down to your barbacks and like seeing their barbacks and seeing like how they operate and how they work on a day-to-day basis. You're like, oh, I can take that and incorporate it, see if it works into my own. Even like obviously there's all sorts of different types of bars, types of bartenders, and it's all about creating the most well-rounded program. So, a high-end bar could even learn something from a dive barback that is just running around collecting glasses all night and is just making the best use of their time. And so it's about, for me, especially as my particular bar program is about trying to reach out to as many people as possible, not just in the city of Austin, but across the country. How can I create the most efficient, creative, and like overall outstanding bar program to reach as many people as possible? I think the biggest thing that bar managers and beverage directors should be looking out for is the concept of bartenders as an independent contractor. And what I mean by that is bartenders, and I've always believed this, bartenders are always just self-employed contractors. They can choose which venues they want, especially as the economy goes up and down. Bartenders may feel the need to work on like 2-3 different venues. And so from a bar manager aspect, it's allowing them to go off and pursue their own projects, allowing them to go off and pursue other jobs, because that bartender that's off working at another bar right across the street, they want those same base of regular customers to come out to your venue as well. And so yes, I understand at the end of the day the bartenders are competing for each other's money, but I think as like bar managers and like beverage directors, like operation managers, we need to be working more hand in hand with each other in order to be utilizing the same pool of both bartenders and the consumer base to try to maximize the revenue and your top line for basically everyone in your immediate neighborhood. And that's what, like, if you go way back to what ancient times bartending was, it's just a way for the community to get together. And so it's not just for the customers, it's also just other industry folks. And I genuinely believe Austin is one of the best, as wide and as vast as it may be. The city of Austin is one of the best in terms of like looking to each other as like community partners instead of just like competitors. I think as one of the biggest things they can do is continue to bring in outside educators and outside representatives just to get to talk with the bartenders. I don't even mean just like from a like bar meeting, bar education standpoint. I just mean like, you know, putting on events for your community. I just mean allowing your bartenders to go out to like different distilleries, and if you have the like financial means to, even sponsoring those trips out there and just allowing them to see, because a lot, I can't speak for every bar manager, but a lot of bar managers, if they're anything like me, we fell in love with this industry. We might have been out looking for something else, but we fell in love with this industry, which is why we choose to take on this management position, even if it may not be as lucrative as like the bartenders that are beneath you. And so getting your bartenders to fall in love with the industry in the same way that you do in your own eyes, and allowing them to like go off and work on their own projects, and encouraging them to, and giving them the resources needed to, like, if they want to do a guest bartender shift at another one, if they want to work on like a cocktail competition, and being like, hey, we've got like X amount of budget this month, I could save some off to the side for you to work on like whatever project you want to work on, or whatever social media project, or just let me invest in you so that way your bartenders can invest back into you, because all of that branding, all of that money, all of that publicity that they're getting is coming directly back into your bar. As soon as they're done with whatever project they're going, they're like, hey, I'm working pinballs Tuesday, Wednesday nights, come by and say hi, and all of a sudden you get that pop in business. So at the end of the day, it's just asking your bartenders, like, what are your long-term goals? Even if it's not just bartending, like, what can I do to help you make this particular workplace the best possible means for you to launch whatever platform you want? Like, put in the work, get to know your customer base as a bartender, because you never know when one of them might be offering you a job in the near future in the field that you do want, and just really like immerse yourself in your surroundings. And it doesn't matter which bar you're in. It doesn't matter if you even like the bar that you're in right now, or if you're looking to find someplace. Really take advantage of your immediate surroundings, because I guarantee you, out of all your regular base, out of your customer base, whoever, even your coworkers, whoever it might be, one of them has got something that you're looking for. So it's just taking that like outside community and putting that effort into them, so that way they put that effort back into you.